Unfortunately, the mic wasn't on when I was recording this, but we are all in the university. Most of us want to go into tech. Some of us want to have business. We have these good ideas, but we don't know how to balance our time with our academics and relationships. And that's hard. But in this episode, I have brought two business owners who are doing quite well and who have businesses. And we're going to talk about their systems, their strategies of how they balance everything and make it work for them. With that said, hope you like, subscribe, and share. And yeah, let's go.
Hi, my name is Nkata Rachel. I am a business owner. I own a growing cosmetic brand called Rob's Cosmetics. I own a service-based beauty brand called Ray's House of Beauty. And while in school, I own a printing business called Sky Prints and also a food delivering business called Hebron Bites. I am a student of petroleum engineering. Nice to meet you guys.
My name is Bolu Dada. I run a software company called Singram, and I'm a mechanical engineer. Alright, tell me about your business.
Okay, so I own a growing cosmetic brand, Rob's Cosmetics, and I own a service-based business, Ray's House of Beauty, where we provide service-based beauty services like lashes, nails, all that. And while in school, because being in school, there are some things that you can't do. So while in school, I run a printing business in the halls of residence, like 6 different printers, and I run a food delivery business called Hebron Bites while at school. Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty good. Sounds like you do a lot. You're able to manage it.
Yeah,
That's
I
good.
do a lot.
That's cool.
Yeah. What about you?
Okay, currently, majorly, I'm running a software business, Singram.
What is the software business about?
It's a subscription management platform for communities on Telegram. So we streamline like payments, receiving payments from international clients and settling in your local currency. Yeah. I do other things by the side, but that's like the major thing I'm running for now.
Yeah, you sound so techy, and it's techy. I envy you actually.
No.
I always wish I actually had the brain for tech, but I don't know, it's not my passion. Yeah, that sounds super cool.
Okay.
So what has been the hardest part of balancing business and school?
I mean, it's always the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, like having to split the time for both of them. And you can't, or I can't, let me speak for myself. I've tried to put in equal effort into both, but obviously I was expecting equal outcomes, but it's not always like that. Yeah. One will suffer for the other.
Yeah.
Right? I wouldn't say I'm the best at this topic, because I'm not going to say I'm actually balancing it right.
Okay.
I think for school,
GPA.
yes.
According to
So that's why it's saying it's not like anybody can learn from it immediately, because except maybe people that are 100 level.
Yeah.
Get. But you in 500 level telling you, oh, my CGPA was already solid before I started anything major business. So I was able to like let it suffer a bit, but not so much. It's not something everybody can learn from. Yes. But I guess for the ones that can learn from that 100 level students, yes, try, and if you've not started anything business or anything outside school, try and solidify it. Yes, I believe more in, rather than balancing, I believe more in phases.
Yeah.
Right? Putting in majority of your effort, your time, into the things you want to do at different times.
Yes.
Right? So rather than saying, oh, I want to put in 50% of my time into academics today, 50% into business today, and if there are other things you're splitting it for, your relationship and all of that, I'd rather take it in phases, right? So I'd rather put 80% of my time into academics for the next 3 weeks.
Yes.
Yes. And not let the business or whatever it is suffer, but then I move into something else. It might just be a me thing, but I've tried it, but it wasn't working out. Like trying to split my focus into multiple things. I just end up breaking down.
I feel like that's something I'm blessed with. I
So-
can multitask, like
A lot of things together, juggle a lot of things together.
I can. Oh yeah, continue.
Yeah, um, so how like now they say, okay, all this, okay, there are other things outside school, but there are other things outside school and businesses, so there's still a ton of things. There's relationship, there's like your family, your actual family, there is your social life. So usually like I break down my year into those phases.
Ooh.
Yes, I just take a whole year, then I break it. So this part of the year is for this. Even for businesses, while I'm running multiple businesses, I don't put in equal effort into all of them.
Yes.
I would rather build this, put in 90% of my whole energy and time into this for the next 2 months, let it run, hire people, of course, and still be managing it, but with less effort, and then move to the next thing and build, rather than I'm trying to do everything. So I just plan my year based out like on phases. So I want to try out these 3 businesses.
Yeah.
First 2 months, I want to take time out and do this. Take time out and do this. I think probably the reason people don't do that is they feel time. Okay, like why would I say I'm not going to start this till September? I don't want to touch this. Like, truth is, if you've started, you are not running out of time. You actually have time.
Yeah.
If you've not started, is when you don't have time. Like, it's getting late. But when you've actually started something and you have actually, you know you're going that route, you have enough time. Especially us, like
It's time to
next
feel.
10 years, you're still just your early 30s.
Yes.
If you really want to do something meaningful, then you actually have time to take out 1 year and break things into projects, if you want to do it that way, of course. Yeah, so I just break them down. So I know academics, I can't come back from class and study, and while I know there's still headache from, and join all of that together. No, I would rather say, oh, I want to take the next 2 weeks. I'm not necessarily going to touch anything business, like do major stuff, right? Or sometimes even relationships, right? Even family, I just tell my mom, oh, I'm not going to be super available for the next 2 weeks, and my siblings, like, I want to take time out and do all of this first. So if it's academics, I just take that out that time. Cover as much as I can cover.
Okay.
Yes. And because the academics thing is, yes, maybe because of how they break it into 12 weeks, it's not actually a lot. You can finish a whole syllabus in 2 weeks.
No, your course. Your course.
No, I believe for anything you can. There are courses. Are you telling me there are no courses? I don't know about you, but if you tell me there are no courses that you most likely did not pay attention throughout the whole semester, but you got to exam period and you skimmed through from chapter 1 to 12. I don't know about you, but people do it, yes. So it happens. The truth is, like, okay, what if, do you know it's the same mindset we'll have if the syllabus was 24 weeks?
Yeah.
We'll still feel we couldn't finish it in 12 weeks. It means if it's 12 weeks, it can be 6 weeks. If it's 6 weeks, it can be 2 weeks. It's just mindset, right? So I just believe in 2 weeks, I can finish everything I need to finish. If that was the time for a semester, it means we'll found out how to do it, right? So I remove that 2 weeks, and I know I have 10 weeks left. I can break that 10 weeks into a lot of things.
Yeah.
Then there's time for business, there's time for social, just 1 week, I just want to have fun. Not like it happens, especially when you're running a business, your mind cannot, yes. Yeah, so that's just...
What about you? You said you can multitask, right? Can you, like, how
Okay.
do you do that? How well can you do it?
So I think this is something that I would say God's gift to me, and something that I've developed over time, right? Firstly, it has to do with your mindset. I preach mindset morning, afternoon, and night. The moment you know you can do it, you want to do something, you can do it. I don't believe in I can't do it. So when I say I can multitask, I can. So one thing I do is break down. I have a strict schedule I follow, first and foremost. Before the next day, I always plan out my day with Notion. People on my Snap know I'm a Notion girly. So my days are actually broken down, and what I have to do, the time, everything. I remove myself from things that are not necessarily needed in my schedule, right? I surround myself with people that will aid my growth and will help me with all these things. I don't know. I feel like I can just do it. If you say do this, I will do it and I will deliver. I don't. It's just in me. It's just for me to deliver. I'm always on focus mode. Anytime I have things to do, my mind just automatically knows that I have to complete this thing. So I work within this time space. When it comes to reading, I use a method called like 25 minutes reading and 5 minutes of break. I time myself. I feel I just have effective time management skills.
Yeah, I think
that's
that's
something
it.
people don't know. And I feel like if anybody is going into business and school, you have to have good time management skill. And it's not bad if you don't have it. It's just something you have to cultivate over time. Be conscious about it. The time you're supposed to be reading. And I feel like as a business owner, what other people do as just students, you're not going to do that.
Definitely,
Like when
obviously.
people are sleeping, you are either jacking your book or cracking your brain, because I've decided that I have to sacrifice. You need to sacrifice. Like you can't expect me to be watching Netflix and chill. What? When I'm supposed to be doing something else? I do that as a reward system. Do you get? That's one of the things that make me like effective time management skill. So whenever I complete a task or whenever I'm done with the day, my God, I treat myself with one episode of K-drama and shawarma. Like that's what gives me the drive to finish it. And I have this self-fulfillment that yeah, I'm done with what I have to do. So there's something called reward system, planning your day effectively, be conscious about your day. So like when I mean like surrounding yourself with people that drive you, the people around me know that I won't have time to gist with you. Like I won't sit down and talk for like 1 hour. That 1 hour could literally be bringing dollars to my account. Just that 1 hour. Like that's the kind of mindset I have. Like I'm so goal oriented that I think people that are into business and school, you should have that too. So that's something about your academics. I think last week 300 level student walked up to me. Oh my God, you're so beautiful, blah, blah, blah. How do you balance school? How do you balance everything? I said, girl, make sure you have a good standing in your 100 level, 200 level, 300 level, then do whatever you want to do. I think that's what is saving most of us, because I still put in my effort in academics. Believe me, I jack, right? But when you have a good CGPA, that is it. And I feel you should understand yourself. Know what works for you. What works for you cannot work for me, right? My reading pattern, I read like early in the morning and in the late in the night. So I know that in the afternoon, I have to be doing my business stuff. Then I sleep 7 to 9. When I wake up, reading mode activated, literally. Like from 9 to 2, I'm reading my books. But the next day, I am busy with business. During the days, on my laptop, all that. That's one of the things that works for me. So I understand myself. I can't be reading in the morning, like in the afternoon. Nothing is going to enter my brain. I won't deceive myself. So what do I do there? I focus on other things, like meetings, businesses and all that. So I think knowing yourself is a very big factor. Like it plays a huge role in how you manage your time effectively. And going back to the hardest part, I feel for me, I am the one that produce my cosmetics myself, because I haven't gotten to that part where I have that system yet.
Yes,
so I have to produce my lip glosses, I have to shoot my videos myself, I have my aesthetics that I think I'm still growing, but I've gotten it, but I have to maintain the standard. So I don't have those kind of people. So when my lip gloss gets sold out, it's so hard to restock. I can't take Exite, I don't have a lab, I can't make everything here.
Yeah.
So it's just a lot, and I can't attend to people outside school. And I purposely did that in the sense that I don't want to trend, I don't want to go viral outside school, because I don't want to situation whereby they'll text me, are you available, and I'm not available. So it's actually a very huge dent in the growth of Rob's Cosmetics and Ray's Household Beauty.
We've talked about balance, basically. But I think we still need to talk about actual strategies, right? How do you stay on both of them? Maybe not just academics and business. Maybe there's something outside that too. What strategies do you use to stay on top of all of them?
I believe that the way you start your morning sets the tone of what you're going to achieve. So the first thing I do after I pray is to affirm to myself. I surround myself with my goals, everything, right? So I wake up, I have 3 affirmations: rich girl affirmation, study affirmation, and a morning affirmation, life. pasted. I sit down and affirm to myself, and like this is just to consciously tell me that you can do it. So, like I said, it's all about your mindset. Like
Yeah.
literally, take the tea.
Yeah, I
Yes.
agree with that 100%.
Never quit. It's going to be tough. Jesus Christ, it is tough. I'm not a school person. It's going to be tough. Sometimes I'll go to class and I'll be like, I don't understand in class, but I'm like, I'm not going to quit. I'm going to understand. I have the power to understand. I deserve to understand. I need to understand. So that's one of the reasons that keep me at the top. Try to be unique in everything you do. That's the number. Like if you are unique, you're automatically at the top, right? It's just how you execute it and how you
That
market
matters,
yourself. Market yourself. I make the loudest noise in my business. If you're a business owner and you don't make noise, I'm so sorry for you. You're just going to have that great idea and no one will ever know you. So have a good mindset, have a system, have good PR, accept feedbacks. Yeah, I think that's just the summary of it. Yeah.
So I would say for academics, right? How do I try to stay on top? Academics, yes, it's being real. I do not listen in class.
Yeah.
Yes,
I listen in class.
I don't listen in class, right? Not because I feel I know it already, no, but like you said, mindset. I always feel there's nothing you can't learn. You can take time take time out to learn anything, right? I'm not a visual learner. Sit down, watch you explain, right? Except it's like one-on-one, that
Yes.
kind of thing. But you explaining generally to the class, I can just try to keep up, but it doesn't work for me.
That does.
What works for me is take out my own time and study it, right? And it's not something I do every week. Like I already explained, I do my things in phases, right? So, beginning of semester, I've looked at the coursework, like course structure.
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen the courses that want to give me headache, right? I'm not going to say we had 7 courses this week and I'm going to, at the end of the week, go and read 7 courses. No, probably just one out of them because I know the remaining 6 is something that doesn't require,
Hard
yes, that kind of thing. So I always look at the course structure, beginning of the semester, message higher level students, ask them about the lecturers if they are still there. This is something I always do. Not just when I was in 300 level, I was super, I still do it till now. Just ask them, oh, what are these, what are that, elective courses, explain to me what's going on with them. So I know the classes I actually have to listen in or write down in. I don't necessarily have a fixed system that, oh, every class I sit down, I listen, I take notes, I go back to study when I get back to hall or during the weekend, go to the library. No. I find out what would work for me that semester, right?
Yeah.
And eventually, it still always ends up in just picking out 2 weeks, 1 week of my time, depending on how fast, obviously. You know yourself again, how fast you think you can, yes, learn. I know someone that one day is done with the whole course structure. I can't do it, yes. I need time to get. So just know yourself, know how you work. And once you can do that, I think you're fine. And you can, academic-wise, you can have an A in every course. Yes, okay. They'll say it's a mech thing, but maybe you cut this part out. No, it's not a mech thing. There are people in mech that don't have A's, and it's not because they are not serious. You just hear about this mech thing because of the people you hear about. I'm the course rep. I see the results. It's not everybody.
Yeah.
Yes, there are carryovers. There are F's in mech. They actually are. You just hear. It's just that there are much more. Serious people, don't let me call it serious people, but there are much more people that have their strategy of what works.
Strategy.
Yeah. I feel it works everywhere. There are people in elect that are still on 4.9, not to disclose, yeah, it's as hard as it is, yes. And I don't think it's because they're necessarily smart, yes. You know deep down, you don't put in as much work as they do. You don't, that kind of thing. And you're not necessarily strategizing academic the way they do, you get. And I'm not saying you shouldn't do theirs, but obviously find out what works for you. But yeah, back to what we're saying. You can be on top I'm not necessarily asking you to go and look for a 5.0 GPA or CGPA, but you can put in more than average in each course,
Yeah.
right? If you just do what is right. A lecturer will not set questions way too off from, yes, they do it, like questions that you're expecting, yes. But if you can understand, that's, I think this is a major strategy. I always do the foundation first of every course. There's a course we do in MEC, thermodynamics, from 200 level all the way to 500 level, we're doing it. And I already saw that there's this thing they give us 100 level that you see your course structures, yes. So I saw thermo there.
I never
So
did
200
so.
level, 200 level, I took foundation of thermo very serious because I knew just entering the rest would be a breeze. So that's one thing, foundation of all topics. There are some topics you get in MEC and everybody is confused. I'm confused. You know the lecturer is even confused. But I just go back. I don't try and read, like, we're all reading the same thing. We're confused. I'm not special. Why would I see something different? So I know if can go back to the foundations, I go back. So how do you avoid burnout and have time for yourself? Make time out for yourself.
Okay, so like I said before, after a long day of completing tasks and all that, I have something called a reward system, whereby after the end of the day, I get to watch K-drama and I get to watch, I get to eat like shawarma, yam and fish, all that kind of thing. So that's my reward system. And on a Saturday, I dedicate Saturday for myself. I wake up, go play tennis, come back, have self-care, clean my room, listen to some classical songs and just listen to podcasts, do my brows, all that. Just find time for myself because I know that every Friday is the most busy day I have because I have series of meetings, TEDx, SP, all that. Then I also have to go through reports, like, because all my businesses, they have to submit, like for my business, the week ends on a Friday. So I have to go through all these processes on Friday. I know that it's a lot. So Saturday is just where I give my time. And sometimes it's normal to burn out. See, anybody that tells you they don't burn out, they must be a machine. But I won't lie to you, it's fine to burn out. It's fine for you to be tired. It's fine for you to ask, is this actually worth it? My mates are just sleeping. Why am I putting the extra mile for yourself? But remember that your goals are different, right?
Yes.
But now it's something about surrounding yourself with the right people that will help you when you are going through this. You just need that one person that will remind you, hey girl, remember the goal, right? So whenever I feel burnt out, I have support systems, my friends, my my friends, and someone I can actually talk to. That 1 minute I'm crying, and the other minute we are here singing karaoke and just gisting. And you are not permitted to quit. Just let you know that, like, have it at the back of your mind that you can cry, burn out, don't quit, never quit. The highest thing I can tell you is to take 3 steps back, examine everything, like what went wrong, because it's obviously something that went wrong. Like, take 3 steps back. You are free to like do that, examine and restructure, correct. That's why sometimes I always rebrand. Rob's Cosmetics is rebranding. There's something that went wrong, rebrand, reconstruct, and yeah, always update yourself. And I don't know.
That makes sense. That's I feel you've even killed the question. Finding time out for myself is, like I said earlier, I'm very flexible, right? I'm very, very flexible.
Louder.
I don't have a schedule. She gets. I don't have a 4 to 5, 8 to 9 like that. I just write out the things I want to do for the day, and I can do it in the morning or I choose to do it at night. So I just ensure I complete it. So I don't want to say I necessarily burn out, right? Because my Friday can be super hectic and the next one can be, and it's not like I plan them out. You get. What happens is I get tired sometimes. I guess sometimes I just sit down and be like, Bulu, are you sure you're not just going to go for this 9 to 5 life?
I get that a lot.
Yeah, there are times it happens, you get. Yeah, so sometimes I definitely do get tired and frustrated, and I have different. Sometimes it's just I just sit down when I'm tired, just close my laptop and just think about the future again. Like, why exactly are we doing this again? And just try and remind myself about, like, this is what it's going to, this how it's going to be. I have some Instagram reels saved up. I just go back there and I just watch it. I'm like, don't worry. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm like super frustrated. Like, I mean, I'm properly stressed out, and I just go to bed. Like 10 p.m. Probably till 12 a.m. the next day, I'm still sleeping. Like, I just don't want to do anything. You get? This is just finding out what works for you. What was the episode? How was it?
Okay, so the episode was actually mind-blowing because well, it's an honor to be with you. Yes.
Same here.
And I got to learn a lot of things. Got to learn a new system of approach to goals. Like, I don't know. So it was actually a blast. I learned a lot, like more than you can ever think. I learned a lot, actually. Yeah.
For me, is just I've always known people have different perspectives to things, but seeing it today was like, you know, that your way is not necessarily the right way. Like, there are different approaches to the same end goal. So talking to Rachel was, you're seeing things from different perspectives. There are some things I do right now, and I heard, like, she told me she does, and I'm also implementing more that. So yes, the episode was, aside from people that are learning from it, I was able to actually learn a lot from it. Right? Yeah, hopefully implement. I hope people that are watching this don't just watch. And,
Yes.
yeah, like, there are a lot of things you could implement from what we said. Yes.
I would like to tell people watching this that let's not have only ideas. You don't need to have ideas alone. You have to execute. And there's no right time to execute. You have to execute now. This is the right time to fail, relearn, learn, fail again, relearn, fail. Yeah. And the goals, like, you always have a particular kind of goal. Learn now. I always tell people that why does, like, apps, there's always something, you have to update an app every time. It's not as if they didn't see the future, what they did, right? They just started now and they kept on updating. You can't find the perfect thing, the perfect time until you start now. Yeah.
And you can do anything.
Yeah.
Like,
Put your
forget
mind to it.
motivational speech talk. You can do anything.
Just have a
If you know
mindset.
businesses are coming from to where I am right now. January, if you tell me this is what I'll be focusing on right now, I will not believe it. But if the truth is, you can do anything. Graphics, anything. You can actually do anything. If you just mindset. I think Rachel is really big on mindset.
Yeah.
And it's I'm not conscious about it, but now looking back after she has said it, it's just, I just have that mindset of, if I want to do this, then it should actually work out. So yes, having that mindset that you can do anything and combining it with her advice on executing, you're good to go.
Period.
So hopefully next episode, mindset, because this part out. Yeah.
Okay, so follow and share.
Yeah, and